Hello, welcome back to Toby's Freedom. It is the 18th of April 2025, and I'm going to talk about two supposedly events in world history that happened 2 years apart because it's. I don't hope I say something wrong. It's 30 years with the Oklahoma City bombing, Alfred P. Murrah building, and Waco siege in Texas, and I think it's 31 or 32 years ago. I forgot to check that up. Excuse me, but never mind. It doesn't matter anyhow. But the most interesting is the Oklahoma City bombing in 1995, and there's no proof. The official story said like it was a fertilizer, a diesel truck with fertilizer, killed 168 people, and injured 624 people, and damages were for 652 million US dollars, and was it 300 something acres of land that was destroyed? 324. Excuse me, I don't have a laptop. It's not working. I have to show you this. Oh, I've done research on it here recently, so if I'm not right, look it up, please. If it's not 100% accurate, excuse me. These two patsies, or so-called patsies, Timothy McVeigh, and Terry Nichols, that got life sentence. He's not out of prison. I don't think he's in prison. I think he's a crisis actor. He's never been to prison. And Timothy McVeigh, that got the jab. He was live death sentence, and he was killed the June of 11th, and there's no autopsy on him. Really strange, isn't it? And he died the June of 11th, and June of 11th is 33 in gematria. And we all know 33 is the magic number, 33 spines in the body. Or something like that, or something with Jesus. I don't believe that. Or he was 33 years old when he got crucified. And the 33% angels from the Bible. No, I'll just go with the 33 spinals in the body. And it was 4 months before 9/11 he was sentenced to death, and 11th of September is 33 in gematria as well. I don't know the cipher. Please forgive me. Look it up yourself. I don't think it was a diesel truck with fertilizer, a ANO truck with fertilizer and diesel. No, there's no proof or evidence. And have we ever seen this truck? What about the rest of the acres? I've only seen pictures of the Alfred P. Murrah building. I've never seen other buildings. Excuse me, what are the other buildings? I've never heard about this. So the numbers, it doesn't matter if the number of saying the numbers right or wrong. I've never seen. I've only seen pictures of this goddamn fucking building. I've never seen pictures of other buildings. Excuse me. I think this was done by government. No Nichols, no Timothy McVeigh. It was a controlled demolition by this company. And excuse me, I need my laptop back. I've looked it up, and it's not a conspiracy. It says in Wikipedia that Controlled Demolition Inc. have not officially being responsible for the so-called bombing of the Alfred P. Murrah building. It's not mainstream. It's really weird. It says in the Wikipedia page that they're responsible for this bombing, but they're not responsible for the Twin Towers. No. That's not yet. It's not in the Wikipedia page, but go look it up. I have to show you another time. I have to use my PS4. I could go in line and show you. Maybe I'm wrong. I want to say that I'm wrong. I could be right because sometimes I have a very good memory, but sometimes I don't know. Maybe I'm right. But this company, it's not mainstream news. I have called this company up and asked them if they really did the bombing, the so-called bombing on Alfred P. Murrah building and the Twin Towers and Building 7 and Surfside landslide in Florida. No. I could send them a random mail, that's it. And I can't remember this guy. He's a Canadian who owns the company. So look it up, please. It was a controlled demolition, Alfred P. Murrah building, Oklahoma, the 19th of April, 1995. And that's 30 years ago tomorrow, and there's gonna be a memorial service and so on, etc. There's no such thing as white supremacy and all that bullshit. No. It was a controlled demolition. There was no truck. And there's no autopsy on Nichols and so on. It's all lies. And the strange thing, is there any video surveillance when it happened? No. Why have you ever seen video surveillance or video footage? No. We've seen tons of government documentaries about the explosion. Have we seen a seismograph of it? There's an article about it, but how loud was the seismograph? I don't know. I haven't looked it up, because seismograph, they know how big the explosions were on the Richter scale. So I haven't looked that up. I forgot about that. I have to do one more video about the bombing, the so-called bombing and explosion. And let's go back in the way past with the Waco siege. And isn't it funny that also I can't find any evidence of damages on the Branch Davidians, the cult, the religious cult, where he had a hideout. David Koresh and 82 people in total were killed. And the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms took them down with tear gas the 19th of April 1995, and the whole building was burned down to the ground. And I can't find any. I don't know where to look, but how many damages in US dollars the fire was. and there's no such thing as religious cult. I mean, it's all inside job. I believe it was a stage arson, an assurance scam, or assurance fraud. That's it. It's a fearless boogeyman with religion. Oh, this cult. Oh, they want to kill others. I mean, it's the same league with terrorist groups like ISIS and Al Qaeda and Al Shabaab and Boko Haram and all these terrorist groups. It's the same. It's the same field. There's no religious cult who wants to kill others. Come on, it's all made up drama. It's a psyop. It was a stage arson. It was a insurance scam, and it's probably 31 or 32 years ago. I have to look that up again. And he also turned 33 years old, and he was a dude. He was a dude. I won't say it. He's from this country in the Middle East, you know, with the funny hats and the funny beards, and I won't say it. I'll be banned. And again, 33 spinals from the body. And there was a court trial afterwards. I haven't looked that up. I don't know what happened. If I mean, all evidence is burned away. I mean, can you really prove that it's a stage arson and insurance fraud? And what about the autopsies? I haven't looked at on that one. I have to go in the archives. Also with the Oklahoma City bombing, all of the autopsies. I don't know. I haven't looked into it. It's much easier in the States. It's in Denmark. Oh, in Denmark, Europe, if there's an event with the autopsies, it's you're not allowed to look at the evidence at all. It's closed down. It's only for friends and family and acquaintance and all that. Close people, close. In USA, I think everybody's allowed to go and look at the autopsies and get access to the documents of the events, and what happened. Then we're not allowed to do that here in Denmark. That's the crazy part. That they have to regulate these rules, but nobody gives a shit. So I believe both cases were hoaxes and psyops and controlled opposition. Oklahoma City bombing was controlled opposition. And the funny thing was it Timothy McVeigh was at the Waco siege and he got arrested or something like that. And then he did the Oklahoma bombing. How the odds of that? And didn't it say Mercury Velia on his number license on his car? Mercury in the vaccines with something with the autism. I don't know. I haven't go that. I just heard Zachary K. Hubbard talk about. I haven't gone that far, but it sounds really, really suspicious and really, 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 really strange. But he was arrested at the Waco siege. I think he was a soldier. He was part of the Bureau for Alcohol and firearms and alcohol and tobacco. I don't know. I haven't gone that far, excuse me. But both cases are hoaxes, lies, psyops, damage control, whatever. all made up drama bullshit. You know, um, and also more security. I don't know about the Waco siege. What the aftermath was, if there was more martial law and all that, but it was just an area, you know. I think they maybe had more martial law in the area where it happened. That could be true. I don't know, but worldwide, no. But Oklahoma City bombing, I think it was the way up for more security and security in airports and border patrols and so on. That's why they did it, so they can force people to have these overreacted rules in airports and border controls for safety and security. You know, Oklahoma City bombing was one of the first major casualties in the world history. You know, 911 was like the you know, it was the yeah. Then they had to put more, have more rules. You know, so I think USA has had secure. We have airport security and border patrol has been on for now for 50 years. 50 years, because just go along with the airport security, and before the DB Cooper case, or the hijacking, or the so-called hijacking in 1970, the 24th of November 1971, the hijacker supposedly, people could just go up in the planes, and they just needed to show their passport and the luggage and go straight for. There was no all this going security gates, take your shoes off or your belt and put your. They didn't have laptops back then, but you know, they don't have the same security back then. It didn't. It was after the DB Cooper case, you know, the hijacker from Portland, Oregon. You know, the supposedly hero. What was it that he demanded for? Was it 4 parachutes and what was it? How many U.S. dollars was it? Was it $200,000 or was it more? 6,000? I can't remember. Excuse me, can't remember the number. I have to look it up again. Excuse me, numbers is not my priority, so I have to look the numbers. Whatever, but he jumped out of the airplane, and the case has never been cracked, and his body has never found. They found some notes and all that, but this is not about the DB Cooper case. But they had security. They had security since the DB Cooper case. They had. So we had security, airport security, and control for 50 years or 52 years almost worldwide. So Oklahoma City bombing was part of it, and also DB Cooper went down the staircase and then he jumped out in the parachute. Yeah. I can't remember how many US dollars it was. Man. It's weird sometimes. I can remember dates and events, but no in when I have to go to the supermarket and pay, I'm not so good at math, and I'm not. I don't know how to say it. Numbers is not my. It's not my thing. You know. I remember dates and events and in that numbers way, but when I, for instance, in events where there's numbers in it, I'm not so. I don't know how to say it. English is not my first language. You know it. I have a dyslexia. Dyslexia. Maybe I'm too honest here. So I'm not good at. I'm not good at numbers, but I can read properly. But I have problems spelling. So excuse me. I have a. I can. My memory is very very good, but I still have problems with sometimes with the numbers. But there you go. The DB Cooper case has never been cracked, and it's very strange. It's a hoax and a psyop also. So just for having more security and control over masses. That's it, and border patrol also. So I don't know. I don't know if there's more to say than goodbye. Take care.